people that I meet still love their kids, and they still have all the hopes and dreams that, you know, we all have as people. You've got to pinch yourself and say, hang on a second, this is horrific. Why isn't this getting more attention? And it's because it's in South Sudan.
It is very hard for the children to cope with the situation. It is very hard for them. It is a life. It's not a enjoyable life.
They have bad behaviors here because the children, they are like fighting. But now I'm thinking because of the war, even the father don't have any work, even they don't have good food, even the school here, they are not good necessarily for children. Even like this one now, he's at home. Even if we are outside, they go to school, even they get another behaviors there.
We are very worried. We are worried a lot about our stay here in the camp.
So South Sudan got its independence in 2011, and by 2013 it started fighting amongst itself. I mean, both politically but also ethnically. Last week we had one of our vehicles firebombed, and our armoured personnel carrier had a Molotov cocktail hit it. Two of the people in the POC in the camp were killed. And our police were injured. 12 of them were injured by, you know, rocks and various other things. That was just one day period, just last week, and that's not uncommon. And we've basically got two roles. One is to protect civilians. The peacekeeping force effectively intervenes and is out there trying to bring about stability. We've got a small air force here. We've got, I don't know how many thousand trucks and cars and boats, river barges. And then the other part of it is peace building. Just over a year ago, we actually got a peace agreement signed. We have a ceasefire, so the political violence went down dramatically over the period of the last year. Hundreds of thousands of people came back to their homes, started growing their crops again. The worry about that is that people become disillusioned with the peace process. It's about running out of momentum, running out of enthusiasm for it. And then discouragement leads to frustration, leads to anger, leads to violence.
When the 2015 peace agreement, when it was signed, we were very excited, we were very happy. Right now, their hope, they don't have hope. For us as IDP, we are very scared of the situation, that maybe that peace will not bring hope to us.
Well, a lot of what we're doing with our peacekeeping is now more and more involved in communal violence, and a lot of that is around cattle. Cattle is wealth. I actually think one of the most affecting things since I was here was last year. We had a group that attacked another group. I don't know how many people were ultimately killed. It was in the hundreds. But I went into a couple of the villages that had been completely burned. Old people had been put in their houses and burned. Women had been hung from trees. People had been raped. But just seeing those kind of wretched people who had just had nothing and had family members killed, for me that was pretty heartbreaking.
The soldiers, they come, they cap the boy, even they are killed at the door, at the home, with the gun.
Ana meru Malbin, isi Malba. Mashaben, Madenga, and what you end up for.
Some of this fighting has been going on for many, many years, but now there's automatic weapons, machine guns, RPGs, all sorts of things come into play. And so in one raid, it's not uncommon that 20 people can be killed. And then the retaliation and the revenge then sparks that up, and there's a sort of a mounting death toll that occurs.
We all, the South Sudan, we are the fighting. We shall make the agreement because all of us, we are the parent of South Sudan. We are the same nation. The situation is hungry only, we need peace. If there is no peace, we are hungry.
There was fighting in a particular area. We heard that 30,000 people had fled into an area where there was virtually no water. People were living on less than half a litre a day in the hot sun. Humanitarians and others didn't want to go in because there was still fighting going on, and we picked up a group of about 80 soldiers and helicoptered them in, put them in on a base, established some stability. Effectively, the fighting stopped. The humanitarians came in and set up all the things that needed to happen. But if we hadn't done that, I can guarantee that thousands would have died from cholera. Guaranteed. So you never know how many people are alive because of your presence, but I would say that over the course of several years here, tens of thousands of people would be alive as a result of the UN presence here. This is never going to be easy, and it's never going to be overnight. And there's a kind of a expectation from the international community and people from outside to say, oh, it can be fixed, in a few days or a couple of months or something like this. This is no different from any conflict. It took, generations to get over the world wars that we fought in. It's going to take the same amount of time to overcome this, and probably more particularly because it's a civil war.
If there's no pressure from international community, we don't see any possibility for peace in South Sudan. So we don't have hope.
I'm an optimist. I mean, you have to be in this job. If you're negative, then you may as well get out because you'll go nuts. So I think there is a groundswell of political will towards finding peace.
Let them see South Sudanese as a people that have been created by God. Let them share the sufferings that we have. Let them share our suffering with them. Let them not turn their back on us. And also we have a message for South Sudanese leaders. Let them put their interests behind. Let them put our interests first. There's no any reason for us, for the South Sudanese, to kill themselves. Let them embrace this peace.
The one thing we want is the peace. Like me now, I'm tired to stay here. I'm dreaming that the peace, if he come, I will be inside, even maybe I will get a job.
Tegan larkwal mu wira no gar mi chiler ne chamai mi wira no gar ne wa te wa yedu wa fal ko ute dong bina te